It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Rhys Wicks with 2NURFM Hunter News. Hunter drivers can expect to be closely watched from the air as well as the ground over the next few months, with a major police operation being launched today. Extra resources are being deployed on Hunter Valley, Central Hunter and Lake Macquarie roads in a bid to cut the region's alarming road toll, which already stands at 29, up 13 on the same time last year. Chief Inspector Trent Lee Merton says the police air wing will also be deployed during Operation Silverstone.
It won't just be helicopters but also fixed wing, and they'll be able to take up a surveillance position and observe offences such as overtaking unsafely on double unbroken lines and excessive speed, and they will be able to take images of the vehicles involved and also communicate to vehicles down on the actual road that they can conduct vehicle stops.
Anglo American has denied claims the Hunter's Thoroughbred industry is in danger, with the New South Wales Department of Planning backing the Drayton South coal mine. The department's report to the New South Wales Planning Commission argues that economic benefits are stronger than the risks of losing the Coolmore and Darley stud farms. Drayton South Project Director Rick Fairhurst says a revised proposal means the region will reap the benefits in a shorter amount of time.
So we've redone the environmental assessment and have now come forward with this proposal, which has very similar economic benefits to the previous one. However, the mine will be of a shorter life, so it obviously has a shorter term benefits. So it's moved from being a 20-year mine life to a 15-year mine life, so about a 25% reduction in life. Rather than a reduction year on year, it's basically just ends earlier.
Hunter residents are being charged more for less, according to Labor MP Sharon Clayton. The Newcastle member claims data has found the speed the NBN will run will only be around 50% of what the Liberal government is promising, with the cost of instalment nationwide increasing $26.5 billion in the last 2 years. The MP says the facts given by Communications Minister Malcolm Turnbull don't add up.
Data that we have shows that it's delivering speeds much lower than was promised. So when Mr Turnbull first announced the Newcastle rollout, it was going to have speeds up to 50 megabytes, and we've seen that that's actually only going to be delivering speeds about half of that at 25 megabytes per second.
It's not every day a tsunami hits, but Port Stephens Council still want residents to be prepared, with the Marine Discovery presentation being held tonight from 6:30 at the Tomaree Library. 40 of the great waves have hit Australia's east coast in 200 years. The State Emergency Service and the Office of Environment and Heritage will be on hand to go through the science and planning for such an event. SES Community Engagement Coordinator Amanda Hyde says residents unable to attend can still do things to be prepared on the odd chance a wave could strike.
Simple things such as getting an emergency kit together, so if you do have to evacuate at short notice, those important items you need are easily accessible.
Today is National Meals on Wheels Day, and Hunter residents are being asked to applaud the hard work done by the organisation's many volunteers. The nutritious meals delivered to the doorstep of the elderly and disabled help customers have their independence, while at the same time build social bonds. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says the service is very important to the community.
Very important we recognise this organisation. It keeps some of our more elderly members of our community in home, and that's where most of them would prefer to be, of course. The longer we can keep people in home, it's definitely better, I think, for our community, for our age people, and it's a good outcome all round.
In finance, the All Ords is down 31 points at 51.12, and $1 Australian is buying 71.35 US cents.
Sport for our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club Fishing Expo, September 13.
Despite boosting his team from the bottom of the ladder with 2 consecutive wins, Matt Gidley says caretaker coach Danny Baderis won't be offered the position of head strategist for 2016. The 37-year-old has indicated he'd consider the job, but the chief executive says he just isn't ready. Contradicting Matt Gidley's statements, Chairman Brian McGuigan said the club would certainly be talking to Baderis about the position. Meanwhile, Beau Scott is returning off the back of a foot injury when the Knights take on the Bulldogs this Saturday. The game will be filled with milestones as it marks both Captain Kurt Gidley's last game on home soil and his 250th game for the club. In soccer, it's been a rollercoaster season for Magic, who scraped into 4th place after a mid-season slump. Co-coach Rob Virgili says the comeback is largely thanks to returned midfielder John Griffiths. That's sport. I'm Jacinta Lee.
2NURFM News Time is 2:05.